Okay, Allie's bike needs the valve set, and on this isn't the King Quad, it's the one below the King Quad. That's kind of pretty much the King Quad. It's an LT4WD 280, I think, and the King Quad was a 300 or something like that. Or yeah, I think that's what it was. Anyways, if you have this bike, it's a Suzuki, you'll know what it is. So I gotta take the back fender off. So it's bolts here at the footboard, bolts here at the back of the rack, one bolt up in here, one bolt up in here, and then the bolts here at the footboard. Okay, nice thing about the Suzukis is the rear fender and the rack is generally easy to pop off. So we need to get that off because we got to get to that cap right there for the top, and then got to get down there for that one. Okay, we use the air hose to blow off all the loose dirt. These things are always covered in dirt because the kids insist on driving through every mud puddle there is. So taking the spark plug out, there it is. We're running DPR7 EA in here.
Okay, Dad, I've got your single battery.
And then the plug. Where is the plug? I can't see it now. I put it down somewhere. Anyways, whatever. It's just a plug. It sits right there. And then you gotta look down in there and find the timing mark. There's the plug. It's nothing fancy. Okay, and here's the timing mark. So it'll be a little T. And it says, with the engine timing mark on the T, if both rocker arms are not loose, rotate the engine an additional 360 until both valves have free play. And then check the clearance of both the intake and the exhaust valve with the set of feeler gauges as per normal. So here's the procedure, valve clearance adjustment. Pause the video if you really want to read it. I might read it to you a little bit later. Okay, so me and Allie are going to use that borescope to check for the T. So Allie's just going to drop them batteries into it. And I just put the cap back on because we were away for a second. I didn't want any dirt falling down in there. So got the spark plug taken out, and then we're just going to use the recoil starter here, pull rope, whatever you want to call it, to slowly turn it over, hopefully. Worst case scenario is we'll put a tiny piece of wire down the spark plug hole to figure out where the TDC comes up to. Okay, next step after finding the T timing mark is you have to take the valve cap off. So it happens to be 17 millimeter. Suzuki's got a hole here for it. Socket fits down through it and everything. We actually have a parts engine for this bike, and I'll tell you right now, the parts engine caps don't come off like this. I've used a pair of vice grips to try and take them off. The aluminum is seized from sitting for years. So anyways, get this off and then show you the cap, or the valve. Okay, there you can see the valve adjustment. So it's a flat blade screwdriver stud with a locking nut, and then the valve. And then the reverse will be true on the bottom here. Okay, Allie wanted to let everyone see that the T is on the borescope, and that's where we got the lead shoved into there. So that's the timing mark. That's what it looks like on the flywheel. I should mention at some point here, Suzuki's preferred method of timing the valves is actually to pull the engine. It says right in the owner's manual to pull the engine. Okay, just checking for free play on the upper valve and then on the lower valve. And I'm pretty sure we got free play. So both intake and exhaust, as per the instructions and as per the procedure, just in general, always have to have free play when you're doing this, so you know you're on the timing mark correct. I guess I should mention, and you could have read it earlier, the exhaust valve is located on the front or the lower side, and the intake valve is at the rear or the upper side. So obviously the one pointing up at the seat is the intake. And then we'll go to table 7 to get the clearances. Oh wait, there's the valve clearance for the intake and the exhaust. So choose whatever you want to set them to, and then set the valves accordingly. Okay, I'm not going to be able to show you a whole lot because this is so congested. Again, Suzuki suggests taking the engine right out of here. So there's a 10 on the locking nut, and then you basically engage this slot here with a flat blade screwdriver, holding it in place, backing off the locking nut, setting the feeler gauge, which we have jammed in there right now. Then the reverse, while holding this, you do the lock nut up, check it, blah blah blah, go to the other valve, do the same, and then really the procedure is just the reverse of all this. Allie's here apprenticing, holding the flashlight, I guess. So anyways, this is her bike, so this is good tune up so that she knows that when she goes to ride it, Dad does a lot of work on these things. So anyways, that's how you do the Suzuki. Allie says this is a 250, so the King Quad must have been the 280. So this is an LT4WD 250, I believe is what it is. And it's basically very close to the King Quad. The King Quad, obviously, there's a slight increase. I think the piston was bigger or the stroke was longer. I can't remember, a combination of the two of them. And you had some additional features. I think the wheel size, maybe it was just the back wheels or it was the front and the back wheels, were an inch or two bigger, and I think the mud flaps or something were different, but these ones have been retrofitted on here, and I think these are the King Quad mud flaps. So anyways, read the manual if you got any discrepancies or you think I misspoke or something. You can find them online or go buy them. So anyways, there it is.